Well, all right. Good morning and welcome back to our vivarium with Drunken the Monkey. We're here in our vivarium, which we got last episode, which was all about the beast, or actually Deke teaching us about the beast, catching him, bringing him back. The really cool thing is, so this is the vivarium. It's inside our room of requirement. It can house our beast. I believe it was 12 beasts with 4 different species. So, then, that's what it looks like. But the animation was cool. So this is where that like table and that stone wall was in the room. And Deke was like, just imagine something. And then after a little brief cutscene, you imagine this little greenhouse looking thing to come up, but it was a lot smaller. You interact with it in the cutscene and it grows, and that was the inside of it. It was sweet. We also got this loom, which allows us to interact with our gear. So all the highlighted ones are the ones that we're wearing. So let's see. Let's view the upgrade. Oh, we can get defense up to 6. Cool. But yeah, we can upgrade our gear.
You should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Thanks, Deke. I am. We can add the traits to the gear. Let's go about collecting our stuff. Sorry, when I put the loom in here, I moved the potions thing down here. Ooh. We'll keep making you. Collect you. Oh, and I also put this thing in here. This is like between a couple episodes ago. I just forgot about it until I just saw it. That thing looks awesome. I think it matches our room. With that being said, yeah, like I said, last episode was all about the beast. Learning about catching them, what to look for, spots and stuff. There are male and female, so I'm assuming we're going to be breeding them. Plus, as I was looking through the menus between episodes, I think there was a locked thing that you can get, and it said breeding pen. But yeah, with that being said, we are now going to see what we want to do. So we can move the story along, or I thought there was... Okay, yeah, we picked this one up, which is a side quest, or probably like a relationship quest. So we can talk to her, or was it this one? Yes, talk to Serona Ryan. Now this is what I think we will do today. Just because she helped us with one of the more recent episodes, with getting us in touch with the goblin Lodgok, I think his name was, if I'm pronouncing it right. We helped him retrieve a goblin artifact so that way he can get in good graces with... Oh, that tapestry's cool. That thing just smashed that... Oh, that was funny. Yeah, anywho, what's that? Oh, that's the room requirement. Anyways, so that way he could get in good graces with Ranrock in order to
Revelio.
help us learn more about Ranrock's going-ons, if you will. We are looking. Oh, we do got to keep an eye out for level 2 locks. Level 2 locks, because we do have the Alohomora level 2. There we go. So now we can open up more doors. And I'm assuming if the next part of that statue quest is anything like the first part, we're going to need to
Revelio.
use that second level of Alahamora to... Why does it do all that whispering? Basically to find the next set of demiguise statues to learn the third level. Dear Professor Shah, thank you for your recent submission regarding celestial anomalies. It may be a perfect addition to an atlas I'm hoping to publish. I shall be in touch if I decide to include your submission or any of its related research in the publication. Best wishes, MPN Carneris. Okay. Another level? Or another lock? Where are you? Sweet. Plum velvet? I don't know how I'll look in plum. Thank you very much.
At least you didn't do what that Berthier did.
Ooh, what's this?
If I could have a moment of your time...
Can I help you?
I believe you can. I'm Sophronia, by the way. And I need help from someone who's at least a 5th year. Are you familiar with Herodiana'S? Don't answer that. Of course you're not. No one seems to know of her but me. She's only the single greatest Depulso master of all time. Even taught at Hogwarts, briefly.
Oh, that sounds fascinating.
How interesting. I'm amazed I've never heard of her.
It's a travesty she's not more well known. I often read about great witches in my limited free time. There are many. Whilst reading about her, I learned that she built a secret Depulso training room here at Hogwarts. But in typical clever Herodiana fashion, one cannot access it unless one knows Depulso, which of course, 3rd years aren't taught.
And you're a 3rd year, so...
Quick one, aren't you? According to what I've read, her signature outfit may still be there. I would love to see it. Would you get Herodiana'S signature outfit and show it to me?
What happened to her?
What ended up happening to Herodiana'S?
In her later years, she taught at Hogwarts, but only for a short while. Just long enough to build a secret hall, it appears. Then one day, she just disappeared. Some say she actually banished herself. No one knows for sure.
How did Herodiana'S become famous by casting Depulso?
She once saved orphans from a wild Grafhorn by banishing it over Stonehenge. That's on Salisbury Plain. She once banished a meddlesome dark wizard all the way to Durmstrang while she was in the Alps. That one may have been exaggerated, but lots of the stories about her certainly aren't.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
If you tell me where to go, I'll see what I can do about it.
Simply go to the Hall of Herodiana. It's at the base of the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower. There, you'll find a series of Depulso puzzles concealing pieces of Herodiana'S ensemble.
Very well. I shall let you know if I find anything.
Ooh, chest.
I can't wait to see Herodiana'S famous ensemble. Perhaps I'll make myself a copy.
Okay, you do that.
Suppose I should look for that secret hall Sophronia told me about. It does sound interesting.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do that real quick, since we're here. Where is it on the map? Oh, that's not far at all.
Revelio.
Might as well look for other secrets while we're doing this. Ooh. Alright. Oh, either way.
It was an accident.
That ghost was chasing the other ghost.
Revelio.
Oh, look at all these goodies. No, we gotta go down. Where are we going? Come on, buddy. Come on, drunken D-monkey. Oh, nope, that's that one room.
Misbehaving little toad.
That's...
Father and I did not raise you to cheat in exams. And in shot.
What? Okay.
Oh, my exams.
Aloha Mora.
Not a one of them deserves more than a test.
All right.
In trouble, are we? Been up to no good?
Oh, look at this room. Scottish jumper.
What do we have here?
Oh. Oh, we're definitely, Alright, attention. I have been advised that various members of staff would like to organize a social gathering. I have no objection to this and shall leave it to those so inclined to fraternize, ensuring that such activities fall outside of school hours, of course, and that nothing so jovial as to disrupt my concentration should occur. Likely I shall be busy on that date, but will review the invitation when received. I recognize that my absence will mar the engagement. Someone's full of himself. Also, 1/2 of an hour should be sufficient, and please be mindful that any sort of musical presence would be strictly prohibited. Phineas Nagilus Black, Headmaster. P.S. No confectionery shall be served, lest they attract a stray rat or weasel. Also, please try to limit the number involved in this frivolity to 4. What a prick.
Revelio.
Oh. A new handle? Awesome.
Beautification potion. I shan't tell. Certainly suits you.
Who is talking? Who is talking? Alright, anyways, we're doing this real quick. Because it won't take long. Gotta keep our eyes out for these. That way we can get that, next level lock spell. We'll switch it back. Just to make the castle more lively.
If someone gets struck by a cursed broom, we do hope it's you.
Okay. So we're gonna need the pulso. We'll just put it on here. Just to make our lives easier. Yeah. Well, alright. That sure as hell was cool.
This must be the entrance to the Hall of Herodiana. Here it is. The Hall of Herodiana. Better go inside and find those puzzles.
Okay, so the puzzles are based on the pulso.
Now to see if Herodiana Byrne was as good as Sophronia said she was. Revelio.
There's a chest up there. Okay, well let's check this out. If the pulso works, that's purple. I don't think we're gonna be able to smash it down. What does this do? Let's see that side. See. And that thing went a long way, so there's no guiding it. Alright. And what is that thing? Let's do this again, because there's a chest over here. Oh, sweet. Alright. This puzzle's wasn't that hard. Okay, what does this do?
I see. The switch reset everything. Good to know.
Okay. Perfect.
That chest looks interesting. That wasn't too hard. Wonder what's next.
Why didn't I fall down the hole? Anywho. Alright, so part of our collections.
Revelio.
Oh, wait a minute. Will this work? Will this work? Darn it. Huh. I gotta get that. There you go, buddy. No. This way, dummy. Now, do they connect? Okay. No? Oh, man. No, because that's just going to go over one. Nah, screw that chest. We'll just go. Ooh. Alright, couldn't figure that out. A little bit slow.
Getting the hang of this now.
Sorry about that.
Just one left. Revelio.
Okay. I think I know how to get this chest. Let's see if I'm right. I could be wrong. Why are you being silly? Alright, I think I know what to do. There. Now I saw it. Okay, let's do this. It'll be easier this way. Ooh. Okay. I think it was like this, right? Yeah, now we can do this. Oop. Okay. And I'm assuming... I don't think we'll be able to get vantage points. No. Let's just do this. Let's try this. Well. Oh. Okay, it's a lot easier to figure out that way.
That's the last of them. Seems
Ha.
like a match for Herodiana Byrne after all. And this must be the last piece of Herodiana's ensemble. It is remarkable. No wonder Sophronia wants to see this.
Oh, sweet. I know I missed a couple chests, but we should be able to get back in there, right? She's just right up the stairs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she's by the charms room. That's where she was. Yep. I love walking around the castle during the day. I should have just flu-pooed here. What the heck? The reason I like...
Revelio.
Where's that
If
chest?
it isn't the treasure hunter. Still can't believe you found that.
Why is there a chest? Alright, never mind. Too far. But no, I love walking around this castle during the day.
Did
There's
you find the Hall of Herodiana?
so much to see.
Sophronia, I solved all the puzzles in the Hall of Herodiana.
Incredible! Then you found Herodiana's outfit. May I see it?
Of course. Behold.
Oh, how grand! You'll look as majestic as Herodiana herself, the greatest Depulso master of all time. You're my second favorite hero!
Nice.
Madam Scrivener doesn't tolerate any nonsense, so I find the line...
Alright, that was awesome. Okay, now this.
Galleons and...
Revelio.
Beautiful. It was brilliant solving those old treasure maps.
Why is there a chest? I have no idea. There's something I... Anywho. Now, what we were originally going to do is, instead of going on with the main game, or main story, I want to... This one. I want to talk with Serona Ryan, like I was saying before. I believe I was saying before. She helped us out with the goblin, the quest that we did with Lodgok, getting us in touch with him, so he's going to help us. So let's return the favor and help her, shall we?
Revelio.
You know what? Screw it. Boom. Yeah. Just flu-poo network it there. No sense wasting time.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
You can say that again, brother. Ooh. Looks so pretty in the fall time. Alright, so we're here. Let's see if we can sell off some of our gear.
We have all rooms, is all I'm
you're back. Nice to see you again. What are we looking for today?
R1. Ooh, what do we have? We'll sell you fairy cap. We'll sell you. Sell you. And keep you. Gardener's robe? I believe that's a new one.
So rare to see goblins and wizards socializing together. Makes a nice change.
Oh.
Reputation, if you ask me.
Plum velvet. Like I said, I don't think I'll look good in plum. Plus, you can't even upgrade it or put a trait on it or upgrade it.
Combined should put any brute in their place.
Ooh.
An honest day's work for an honest sickle. That's my creed.
I heard that the Black family, as in Phineas
It's
Knight,
no
jealous
wonder
Black,
parents are exhausted all the
decapitates
time.
their
I don't know what. It's the same. Except this one's got plus defense because I upgraded it. I believe that's the one I upgraded.
Of a childless abode.
It's been ages since I've been up to the castle myself. It'd be lovely to visit Hogwarts again. But not while they had that old curmudgeon as headmaster.
We'll just sell this.
Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Yep. All right, we'll stick with that.
Dark wizards.
Now, the 3 broomstick. Oh, just passed it.
Glad you came.
What say you?
Hello, Serona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I'll tell you.
I did, thank you. In fact, we're working together to try and rein in Ramrock.
Are you? I suspected you and he would get along. Perhaps best I don't know details of your plans. And I shall refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I've actually met Mrs. Sprottle. I recently spoke with her about her friend Claire Beaumont.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it.
Ah.
You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. please do give Dot my love.
Well, okay. So we gotta go find Dot, and then we gotta go find letters. Let's go.
Oh, hard work and good luck go hand in hand.
Are we almost to a spot where we can fly?
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Have we been in this house? Oh, it's a level 3 lock. Drat. Anywho, cool. Why can't we fly yet? Oh, here we go. Oh, it's not that far.
I want the business excitement to have a job at a bank.
These rocks have seen better days.
Right. Balloon. Miss him. Ooh.
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
See. Pop. Pop. Ooh, come on. Pop. Nice. Let's go. I remember that's a challenge. Every time we see balloons, they're usually in sets of 5. Ooh, did we find a new spot?
Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Oh yeah, this is where one of those Okay. What are these chest icons? I haven't really associated them with anything. Okay, there's one in here. Let's look
What
at
do we have here?
Hello, Hamora.
Easy. Alright. Now, these chest icons, I'm assuming are only certain chests. There's one of these? Oh, we gotta do this. Okay. I wonder if that door was locked too, and we just unlocked both of them.
Revelio.
Okay, here's a chest. So, whatever this chest gives us is what all these markers are going to be, I'm assuming. So what is it? Collection. Aha. Okay. So does that mean they're collection chests? So anything you can collect? We're doing this real quick. Oh, so is this going to be that one? Oops. Sorry, this shouldn't only take a second.
Mine now, Demi guys.
Awesome. No. Am I in someone's house?
Revelio.
Looks like I was in someone's house. Sorry, guy. Ooh. Oh man. See, I was saying this in, I believe it was the last episode. I've been getting some crappy loot that's like downgraded. And that kind of sucks.
Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
That just down outright sucks. Alright, we're going to take a little tour of the town.
Safer, and for that, I thank you.
What do you sell again?
Thank you for passing through.
Come now, don't be
Thank you
stingy.
for all that you've done for us.
Ooh, what's up here? Warning. Dug bog sighting. Be careful. Interesting. Let's do this during the day. Ooh.
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Serona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Serona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk lumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Oh, most certainly. Well, how many do you need? Because I do got a lot. Wait a minute, do I?
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Serona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Serona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk clumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk clumps and collect the box of letters there.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Serona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Serona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Oh, goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Thank you, Mrs.
Interesting.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk lumps. I, and the vendors I help, would greatly appreciate it.
Find and enter the cavern. Alright. It's here.
This place has seen better days.
Cool beans. Oh, it's down? Ah.
Always one, isn't there? Except this time it's not just one, is it?
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
Okay. Oh, Horklump Hollow? Is this going to show up?
Clumps to Mrs. Sprottle, but I still need to visit the cave to find... Better have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters. Confringo!
Yeah, get out of my way.
That's all the whole clumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Revelio!
What is this place? Okay.
Confringo!
Oh. We need light. I see that. That's Devil Snare. Alright, let's change this up a little bit, shall we? That'll be it for right now.
Lumos. Incendio. Lumos.
Nice.
Revelio.
There's hork lumps all over this place. Nothing. Alright. Fishies. Have to make her... Man. Something tells me this is going to be huge.
Confringo. Revelio.
Ooh, what's behind us? All right. Okay, let's see. This is another chest marker. Let's see what it is. Collection. Sweet. Suit of armor. Ooh.
Revelio.
That was some good gold right there, buddy. Awesome. So this is going to be a little lengthy. It looks like. Oh. So we gotta look for letters in the letterbox. Okay. You know what? Checking on the time of the video. It's getting a little long. So yeah, we're gonna cut this here. We're gonna cut in the middle of looking for 5 of her letters and the box. Then we'll return to the lady, give her some more of these hork lumps, and return to Serona. And we'll do that on the next episode. So until then, peace.